All right, finally passed our frost dates. Bales have been soaking for the last couple of weeks. I'm sure some of you have seen the pictures and are going, what the hell is he doing with all of this crap? So basically the concept is that we're doing a raised garden in certain sections using the bales. Ooh, yeah, that's bright. And so the bales will become the substrate in which all the plants will grow. And then given this larger area that's in between the bales, once those plants start growing, we'll actually be able to have a little microclimate going on so that the things like carrots and beets and onions will all have plenty of moisture throughout the summer. You can see these are the wintered onions. They're doing good still. They started to go ahead and flower. You can actually see one right here starting to flower. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually take that little bugger off so we can keep the onions going. You can eat it. You can keep cutting back on these guys, just keep them like chives. And at the end of the summer, then you can go ahead and pull for the onion, or just leave it for next year and keep them going. These guys are great. We don't get too cold in the winter, so they were able to go ahead and survive. So what we're gonna do right now is get everything ready for planting, because it's time to go ahead and get these guys into the ground. We got us a nice set of peppers, some little tomatillos. Let's see what else we got in here. Another Roma tomato. And then on top of that, a whole bunch of seeds we'll be doing. Right now, so far we've got in this bed radishes, then the onions, then we have some carrots and beets, another row of onions underneath there, and you can actually see right down there the line as they go down, all of the lovely radishes that are about to go ahead and pop up. And then our two nice little tomato plants on either side. They're growing well, getting established. So next step is going to go ahead and we're going to put on top of the bales some of the potting mix and get those plants set up. So I'll go ahead and show you once we're all finished. One thing that you will notice is I do have a couple thermometers out here, and the reason for that is that we need to make sure that these bales are actually conditioned down and are no longer heating up. Because basically, as you add water to these every day, they begin to break down and decompose inside, and that decomposition creates a lot of heat. It can actually get up anywhere between 120 to 180 degrees, I've heard. Mine have sat at about 130 was the top temperature there. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to come in here, and we're actually going to go ahead and place our thermometer into the center. And you can see, not getting a lot of change right now, which is exactly what we want. I actually don't want to see that heat go up very much, because that means that the composting is done and we're ready to go ahead and plant. Now, one of the ones that I had the longest taking on this particular process was this one here. So we're going to actually go ahead and push this in and see if we raise up in temperature at all. Looks like we're sitting pretty still. If you don't have a thermometer, what you can also do is just kind of put your fingers deep inside there, get a good 2-3 knuckles deep, and feel for that. Do it in a couple spots. Usually the center is the best place to look. If you're nice and cool, then you're good to go and plant. If you still feel warmth, you want to make sure that that warmth is under 100, 105 degrees. Anything more than that will start killing your plants. So we'll go ahead, now that we know that those guys are all ready to go, and we'll start taking the tops of our beds. You can see I've actually started here already on one of them. And you can see the little holes where I've been placing the water throughout. And it's nice and breakable. So what you're gonna do is just kind of break that top up just a little bit. Give yourself some working space, places to go ahead and put the plants in. And we're gonna go ahead and do that with each of the bales. And then once we're finished with that, we'll go ahead and top them up with some of this garden soil. That way they'll have plenty of nutrients and substrate to grow in. And then the nice part about this is, since these guys are so open on the sides, those roots are going to get great aeration, which means nice healthy plants. So hopefully we'll get some good yields this year and have plenty of stuff for the rest of the summer and fall and into the winter. All right, we'll be back in a bit.